Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm still here on the Nan. Still haven't explored.
Got any armor plating for my swoop bike?
No, I wish I did, but ever since the tragedy on Taris, my supplier has been out of commission. Even if I had swoop parts, their prices would be heavily inflated.
I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed.
Get out of my store, I am sick of you Sith and your stupid jokes. I've got real customers to worry about. I don't need you coming in here and making fun of my inventory every day.
Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
Are you here to mock me as the Sith, or do you actually want to buy something? I'm not here to make fun of you, I'm Navadro. Please forgive me, I have no cause to be rude to you. The Sith make such trouble for me, and business has been slow. But there is no excuse for my tone, I apologize. Please let us start off on the right foot. Welcome to the used goods store of Yortal Ixilis. If there's anything I can help you with, all you need to do is ask. I want to ask you some questions. I fear I will be of little help in providing information, human. I spend most of my time here in the shop, or collecting inventory, and at night I am too exhausted to do anything but return home and sleep in preparation for the next day. I will do my best to answer your questions, but I cannot promise to be of much help. How did you come to run a used goods shop? Yes, that, well, it was not always in such dire straits. In fact, I once would have been quite well off, but the Sith had other plans. Technically my debt is to the Zerka Corporation, but that amounts to the same thing in the end. You owe them money? Yes, my debt is quite large, I fear, and it will be no easy task to repay it. In time, in years, I might be able to repay my debt, but for now I must work. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'm looking for some ancient ruins, or possibly some type of a star map. I know not of such thing in the Ahto City. This is the only city on Manan suited to non-Selkath. The oceans are the ancestral home of their people. If there are any ancient ruins of their culture, they would be there. I want to look at your inventory. Of course, human. My stock is all second-hand, and some of it has minor damage, but with repairs I have done to them, my items are as good as new, for a fraction of a price. Okay, so you just sell droid equipment, which I do not need.
Move about your business, human.
Only people who have business with the Sith are allowed inside the embassy. Go, stay. Doesn't matter to me. If you want to, you can even wander up to the embassy gates. But don't expect to get inside.
Okay, I have to pause for a second, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's talk with that guy again.
Only people who have business with the Sith.
I want to ask you some questions.
You can ask, but I doubt you'll get many answers you'll like.
Well, apparently I don't have questions.
Go, stay. Doesn't matter to me. Only people who have business with the Sith are allowed inside the embassy.
I have business with the Sith.
Ha! We know who we have business with. If you don't know how to get in, then we don't want anything to do with you. Now back off.
Okay, I'll be going.
Go, stay. Doesn't matter to me.
I do know the passcode, but I think if you go through the spaceport, you actually get more experience because you have to fight some of them. I think. And I still haven't explored the entirety of the city because there's a portion on the other side that I have not checked out, which includes the prison.
Jolee, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolee. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolee. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Laura. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Laura. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges.
Don't worry, Laura.
Only the arbiters are permitted into the prison cells, human. I'm sorry, I will be going there. Manan holding cells. Authorized personnel only.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away. Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith.
Why are you hiring mercenaries?
In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now excuse me. I have to continue my recruitments.
Human, I wish to speak with you if you have time. Greetings, my name is Nilko Boaz. I hope you're enjoying yourself here in Ahto City. Our floating city is beautiful, is it not? It's truly a marvel to behold. You're too gracious, human. The beauty of Manan is delicate. Our ecosystem is complex and fragile, and I fear for the preservation of my planet. What are you talking about? There is a task I would ask, human, Jedi. I fear there is nowhere else I can turn. What do you want me to do? Rest assured, there will be ample reward for this. I only require information, nothing more. The Republic has been hiring mercenaries, many more than usual. As an official of the Selkath people, this is of great concern to me. I only seek the reason for this change in Republic policy. What do you need me why do you need me for this? I cannot trust anyone else. The Republic obviously wants to keep their secret. I have inquired often as to their purposes, and they have been rebuffed. The Sith cannot be trusted to give me an accurate report of events. They will twist the truth, so it furthers their own goals. And the mercenaries are well aware of the high wages the Republic is paying. They would not report anything that might slow the flow of credits into their accounts. Uncover the truth behind the Republic's actions, and I will pay you 500 credits.
Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Please, see if you can find the answers I seek. Find out why the Republic is hiring so many mercenaries. Find where they are going. Find why they do not return. I'll look into it for you. Once you discover some information, please come speak to me. Believe it or not, I am a friend of the Republic. Whatever the truth, I will do my best to protect the Republic interests, and those of the Selkath, of course. But to be honest, it's interesting that he's not interested in the fact that the Sith are hiring mercenaries as well.
I hear there's going to be a heavy meteor shower in the Coruscant system this year. Last time this sort of thing happened, they lost one of the orbital stations.
You got lucky that last game, but luck doesn't last. You got the guts to play again?
Okay, that guy, I played with him during the tournament, And I think he has unlimited coffers, so I will not play him anymore. I have had enough of Pazak for quite some time.
So clear out already.
I am not for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Achani can help you, though they lack the stomach for certain jobs.
Mercenary who's not for hire, that's strange.
Why do you care? There are other mercenaries you can hire, though I suggest you act quickly. The Republic seems to be in desperate need of mercenaries right now. Though not so desperate they have asked for my help as of yet. They prefer the simpering, submissive type, like the Mandalorian or the Achani.
What do you have against the Mandalorians and the Achani?
They lack the resolve to do what needs to be done. The Achani believe in a non-existent warrior code of honor, and the Mandalorians prize credits above bloodshed. But I am Iridorian. Honor comes from slaying your opponent, and the true reward of any job is the taste of your foe's dying blood on your tongue.
I have some questions.
Ask whatever you wish, though you may find some of my answers distasteful.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with my kind, though maybe they need an Iridorian to finish the job. The mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard from again. That is all I know. Is there more you wish to ask?
I'm looking for an ancient star map or some ancient alien ruins.
Manan has no such things, unless the Selkath have them hidden away at the bottom of the ocean. Is there more you would know?
I'll be going.
Yes, I'm not surprised. There are few on this watery world who feel comfortable in my presence.
And for a while, the Republic were hiring anyone they could get their hands on. Now they don't have any use for us mercs. It's too bad. I could have used the work.
Gandarus, I haven't seen you since the Republic broke our ranks at the Battle of Malachor.
Ergeron, I see you've got some new guns to add to your collection. Times must have been profitable for you since the war.
Very profitable. When the Republic defeated our fleets, I learned a valuable lesson. It's far better to be a freelance mercenary in a war than to be a soldier for the losing side. If you're here to offer me a job, I'm not interested right now. I got so many offers I can't keep up as it is. Maybe that Iridorian skullslacker at the bar, or the Ajani nerf herder cowering in the corner is available.
What do you have against the Achani and the Iridorians?
Nothing. Except that the Ajani are a bunch of fey dancers prancing in a battle with tiny weapons not fit for Mandalorian children. They hardly wear any armor because it slows them down when they run away. But the Ajani are better than the Iridorians. Those savages keep hacking at fallen foe even after death, mutilating the corpse out of pure bloodlust. I even heard they'll turn on each other when the battle fever hits. Who wants to work with someone like that? I could pretty much name my price right now, especially since the Republic's so desperate for mercs all of a sudden.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
They ain't saying, but the price is sure right. Of course, I haven't heard of anyone coming back, so I'm guessing the job ain't easy.
Do you know anything? Don't you hate the Republic for defeating your people?
I'm a realist. It was war, after all. And even though the Republic destroyed my people, the leaders of the Armada were Revan and Malak. So I hate the Sith just as much. And with this war, there's plenty of opportunity to take bloody vengeance against both sides and make a nice profit along the way. You Mandalorians are always practical that way. Not like those bloodthirsty Iridorians or those honor-bound Achani. Or anything else you want?
Can I ask you some questions?
Normally I charge you for information. The times are good right now and I'm feeling generous. So ask your questions, free of charge.
Do you know anything about ancient ruins or a star map?
If there ever were any ruins on this world, they've long since disappeared beneath the oceans.
I'll be going.
So why are you telling me? If you're going, go. I don't need a status report.
Greetings, human. My name is Shaelas. I have heard it that you said you are no friend of the Sith. Is that true? The Sith are a blight upon the galaxy. Though I suspect we have little in common, I share your dislike for the Sith. They have brought grief to my family. I am no fool. I know the Sith do not respect our laws as the Republic does. Were it up to me, I would do everything in my power to aid the Republic in the war against Malak. But intergalactic politics stay my hand. Still, I know the Sith are evil, and I fear what they will do to my people, and what they may be doing now. What are you talking about? Many of the Selkath have vanished, human. Most who have gone missing are on the cusp of adulthood, the youth who will one day lead the planet. My own daughter, Sasha, is among those disappeared. Their disappearances coincide with the arrival of the Sith, and they cannot dismiss the connection. The Sith are up to something, human. Something sinister. I can feel it. You want me to investigate the disappearances? I will give you 500 credits if you can uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth. Not much, but it's all I can afford. I have no official authority in the matter, and my personal wealth is not vast. There is no one else I can turn to, human. The Republic agents are too closely watched by the Sith, and the Ahto City authorities cannot act without proof of Sith involvement. I shall look into it for you. I cannot imagine where to begin the investigation, though I suspect the Sith did not act alone. Perhaps the off-worlders in the mercenary enclave know something. If you learn anything, human, report to me at once. If you uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth, I will reward you as promised.
I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
You hiring for the Republic or the Sith?
Neither.
Then why are you wasting my time? There's big money to be made here. I can't risk missing a job offer because I'm yapping with you.
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republic soldiers.
Well, I think you're kinda done. I'm never droll, I'm just here to check out the swoop races.
Well, some of the soldiers like to go and bet on the swoops on their day off, but this planet is bad enough without mingling with the locals. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer this whole sector, kotor or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know?
Maybe I can get her drunk and get some info. Can I join you? The next round's on me.
Sure, pull up a seat. I'll have the bartender ring us up a couple of mugs of the local favorite. It's called Phyraxian Tooth. Watch out for these. They pack quite a bite. 2 or 3 of these babies and you won't even remember who you are. Woo, that's good stuff. Might even be better than Kessel Spice, do you think? Never touched the hard stuff myself.
Mind if I ask some questions?
Oh, you want to talk business. I was hoping you wanted to ask something about me. Look, I don't want to talk shop. I just want to relax with my drink, which is, unfortunately, empty now.
Want another one?
Sure, why not? You know, hardly anyone buys me drinks around this place. It's enough to make a woman doubt herself, you know? Well, I might be a little giddy, but I hope you don't think I'm going to start spilling Sith's secrets all of a sudden. It'll take more than a couple of drinks to get me there. But not much more.
Want another one?
Yeah, I suppose one more wouldn't hurt, as long as you're buying. Well, I fear I am good and truly drunk. Don't you be taking advantage of me now, you hear? Shay, you're handsome. You aren't married, are you? Are you married? Oh, seems like all the good ones are always married. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's not very ladylike, is it? Oh.
Can I ask you some questions?
I don't want to talk about that stuff. Shay, you never said if you were married. Are you married? Are you?
I heard that you Sith are taking interest in the Selkath youth.
It's just rumors. Stuff I heard about making sure the stupid fish people find the evidence they need.
I'm searching for some ancient ruins.
I don't know, which are talking about, but you don't need a roadmap to get what I can give ya.
Okay, maybe you need another drink.
Yes, yes, one more drink, exactly. Exactly what I was thinking. Oh, head hurts. Eyes bleary. Must get back to embassy. Find bed.
Rifle through her wallet. You find 10 credits and an access card for the Sith base. Okay, so that's an alternate way of getting in.
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
Greetings, human. There are few places in Ahto City where off-worlders are welcome, but here they are at least tolerated. I have a few questions. I am far too busy to spend my time conversing. I must reserve my time for paying customers, not idle gossip. I'd like to see what's in stock. I am certain that you will see that all of my inventory is of superior quality. Okay, so you're saying selling stimulants. I don't quite care about that. Why are you disturbing me, off-worlder? I did not indicate I wish to converse.
Manan may not seem very hospitable, but a surprising amount of trade runs through it because of the kotor trade.
The Republic respects the peace of Ahto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I am aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witnesses' report clearly state that the Republic soldiers were willing to engage in violence as much as the Sith in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of the court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and the Sith equally guilty for breach of the peace. I should throw all parties out into the Ahto City jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in the conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. The course is dismissed, though I warn you that further disturbances will not be viewed with leniency.
I'm sick of hearing about Manon's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's excuse not to fight, if you ask me.
They say everyone on Manon is equal, but it seems the Republic is a little more equal than the Sith. Neutrality? Ha! That's a laugh!
Only those on legitimate business should consult the judges personally. For additional inquiries, Judge Shelker is available for consultation. Do not disturb me, off-worlder. I am busy. Republic citizens are welcome on Manan, but official inquiries should go through proper channels. Judge Shelker can answer questions of off-worlder visitors during normal hours. I don't waste time on individuals who are not involved in my legal jurisdiction. Do not disturb me.
What? Yes?
I am Judge Shelker, acting on behalf of the Selkath government of Manan. It is my task today to answer the needs of off-worlder citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have a legitimate grievance with another party, then you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before presenting formal charges. Is this something you wish to bring to my attention? How did you know I was from the Republic? Your ship registry is originally from the Republic world of Transil. Therefore, you are a Republic citizen. Are you saying you stole your ship? No, it's perfectly legitimate. I see. Is there more you need? Is there a star map on this world? A star map? Not precisely, but Manaan holds many wondrous and exciting locales and treasures. Kotor, not least of them. Our many shops and boulevards cater to the whims of any species and provide vibrant nightlife that has to be seen to be believed. That and other tourist paraphernalia can be had from your local embassy, so do not waste my time with it. What do you know about the young Selkath who have gone missing? The court is unaware of any missing reports. Should any substantial evidence come up in regards to such disappearances, you should file it with us, so that an investigation will be launched. Is there anything else? I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry. This is acceptable, I believe. In Manaan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in the court. The arbiter is a neutral party and can investigate and present evidence at the trial and argue at the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts in this case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize a defense of your client, and I advise you to do it wisely. Sunry was leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Elassa Khuros. He has been charged with murder and is being held in the Ahto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in solitary. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing are being detained at the hotel in question pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Elassa was found dead of a blaster wound with incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been updated to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may question Sunry or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunry. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in the case. Since this is also your first case and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive. Okay, do the other judges have something to say? Ah, the arbiter. Since you have been permitted to defend Sunry against these accusations, I shall assist how I can. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? I find this great battle being waged across the galaxy to be both disturbing and ultimately tragic. For all its fault, your tottering Republic has benefited the vast majority of the galaxy for many millennia. To see it fall into ruin in such a short time, I do not like the Sith. That I make no effort to hide. I will even admit, if given the option, I would rule that we should join the Republic. But I must remain impartial and rule on this case as the law requires. Is there anything suspicious about the case? I find it questionable that a man with such a reputable past as Sunry would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. But knowing the Sith, there was probably some deception involved. They seek to do the same thing to us here. There has been much pressure by the Sith on our government, and even the judges themselves, to deliver a guilty verdict in this case, but the letter of the law is absolute, and we will not be compromised for Sith power games. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry was a great warrior in his time. He fought for the Republic against the Sith aggression, and proved valorous. I have great respect for his accomplishments, and I find it tragic that he finds himself in this current condition. If the Republic had more individuals like him right now, I do not believe the Sith would be as great of a problem for your people. Okay, I have no more questions for now. If there's anything else you would require, feel free to inquire with me. I shall answer questions pertaining to the case, and those questions only. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? I think the Republic is an institution in sore need of change. It has gone on too long, and the Sith are the fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. I do not believe in the false stories of the evils of the Sith Empire. They are nothing compared to the oppression and stagnation that the Republic represents at its core. If I was given the power to decide, Manan would join with the Sith, forcing the Republic to accept this new face of the future. But sadly it would appear that I am wiser and more far-sighted than my immediate superiors, and I am relegated to civil judicial matters. I will judge this case, and if I find... and I will find Sunry as guilty as he is charged to be.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Impartiality is one thing, blindness is another entirely.
Not I.
Are you finished? To be honest, are you insane? You can't... He already has a presupposition that he's guilty? Like... That should that should certainly be illegal. You know, the trial hasn't even happened yet. Is there anything suspicious about the case? I find it presumptuous to assume that the crippled Sunny could kill Alasa. I think there must have been another way. There must have been another there who killed her. Perhaps one of the witnesses. I do not know the reason for the medal clutched in Alasa's hand either, but it might have been that she fought them off, even as she died. I think it might be the work of some Republic conspiracy, and I am not afraid to say so. If the only means I have of hurting the Republic is through Sunry, then so be it. Is that all? What do you think of Sunry? I find the idea that some half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as the Sith Alasa questionable at best. A man who can barely walk killed a Sith warrior in her prime. Preposterous. But I wouldn't put it past the Republic to try and arrange such circumstances to see her dead. The Sith are much more straightforward about their attentions. Is that all? That is it. Do not bring frivolous topics to discuss. I deal only with solid information. I suppose I must spend some time talking to you, since you are here in an official capacity. What do you need? What do you think of Sunry? Sunry was a Republic soldier, a hero even. Do you think his Republic masters would let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. I think Sunry maintains his contact with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation here. Is there anything suspicious about this case? I find this case to be fairly straightforward. Sunry is from the Republic and Alasa from the Sith. Two great empires battling now live out their conflict through their minions too. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? I do not buy into the Republic line that there's some epic battle of the good Republic versus the evil Sith. The Sith Empire is merely an expansionistic power, much like the Republic was in its early history. It's simply the turning of history, where the old is swept away by the better new. Is there anything intelligent you wish to know? I have no more questions for now. Then go and do not disturb me, unless you have trial business to discuss. Since you have been designated arbiter in the Sunry case, I shall answer questions that you might have. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry is a former Republic officer who is highly regarded by your people. He's admired by your people here on Manan, and even seems to maintain some sort of relations with them still. If he is as capable as some of the Republic citizens still believe him to be, he certainly is capable of actions that would result in the murder. Is there anything else you wish to know in relation to the case? Is there anything suspicious about the case? Well, I have often wondered, if Sunry were so innocent, why was he seen fleeing the scene of the crime? Why would he have been running if he had not committed the crime himself, or was at least aware of what had occurred? This case simply feels fairly simple and obvious to me. Your Republic types stick together, however, and I assume you will go to lengths to defend him. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith? Such empires are... both empires are at fault for the current conflict, The Republic is in the past for laying the foundations upon which the Sith Empire grew, and the Sith now, obviously, for starting the war. But no matter the wrongs that they've done in the past, the Sith now have no cause for renewing hostilities. It almost seems to me as if they want to conquer everything. I believe the Republic has every right to defend itself and drive the Sith back from where they came from. Unfortunately for them, and perhaps for us, they do not seem to be doing that good of a job of it. That's it for now. Return if you have pertinent details about the case to discuss. As arbiter of the Sunry murder trial, you have authority to question me on matters pertaining to the case. I have questions about the trial. You have the right, arbiter, to ask me questions. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry is known as a hero of the Republic in your perpetual conflict with the Sith Empire. While he may have been severely wounded in his line of duty, I personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does his disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard for Sunry will not affect my judgment. While emotion might rule your Senate, the cold hard hand of the law rules here on Manam. Is there anything else? Is there anything suspicious about this case? Yes, there is something that has been bothering me. The medal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. I find it most odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. We have analyzed the evidence, and it does not appear to be a replica, but I still have my doubts. In the midst of the crime, though, Sunry could have lost it. I have seen much more improbable things happen in my tenure at the courts.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? The governing bodies of both states seek to keep an amicable relationship with our world in order to facilitate the export of kotor. I do not delude myself into thinking either of your states hold great love for us, but we are necessary so you will let us hold our autonomy. I try not to concern myself with intergalactic policy. I find it stretches the letter of the law too much for my taste. Is there anything else? No. Very well. When you feel you have gathered enough evidence, you may speak to the warden in charge of the prison where Sunry is being held. He will bring Sunry to us, and the trial will commence. Well, obviously I will talk to Sunry himself. Now, I do already have a recording that clearly shows he did it, but I still want to... Which, by the way, the Republic was concealing that evidence. So, you know, that's pretty interesting and rather underhanded. But I still want to learn his motive and, like, the, you know, the surrounding evidence.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
Can you tell me anything about Sunry?
He's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered the Sith woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman.
Are you saying someone of your age couldn't overpower a woman?
I'm a Jedi, and one who was living alone in the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. We're talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
Well, your husband might not be so innocent as you think.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
You may come and go as you please, Arbiter. You will find the door unlocked. If you wish to begin your trial, you must make the request with the warden. It shall be then passed to the judges.
When I get
Got your fishy little corpse cut off your head and bathed in your blood!
Be quiet, off-world scum. So you are the arbiter in the Sanri Elasa murder case then? I hope you are as impartial as the office is traditionally supposed to be. You off-worlders have a tendency to ignore the rule of the law in favor of some irrational causes. What is it that I can do for you? I am here to see... Do you know anything about the star map? No, I do not, and it is quite illogical to think that a being who spends his day locked in a room with insane people and murderers would know much about the outside world. Have you heard about young Selkath going missing? Actually, I did. We find it very suspicious, but there are no signs of kidnapping. It is likely, though, that it has been perpetrated by off-worlders, such as yourself, perhaps. I am here to see the prisoner. I am aware of that fact, human. He is in the cage over there, and I am sure he can hear you quite clearly. What do you know about the murder of Elasa? Sanri is from the Republic. Elasa was from the Sith. They kill each other. What do you know about the murder of Elasa? Sanri is from the Republic, Elasa was from the Sith. They kill each other all the time. What more is there to know? As to the details, this is for the judges in our court to decide. Very well then, I will of course be here if you need anything else.
Jolee, what are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sanri. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old times, eh, Jolee? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. So I thought. But the Selkath seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Well, I need to investigate the case some more. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with off-worlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Elasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith when I turned Elasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Elasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you! Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Selkath, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with?
There's a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
The judges said you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
Okay, I will not tell him I have the recording yet. I'll go to the hotel.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
Because you know, there might be extenuating circumstances. So I think the hotel is this way. Thank you for staying with us. Please use this terminal to call for any services. Message from the hotel. Overriding. Hello, dear customer. Due to the currently ongoing murder investigation being conducted by the Selkat High Court, the inn will be closed until further notice.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
Who are the witnesses in the hotel?
There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Firith Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know?
What do you know about Sunry and Elasa?
Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Elasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or 2 later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
Well, I am not going to convince you to lie to the courts. That would be pretty corrupt of me.
What do you want to know?
I have no more questions for now.
Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
What do you know of Sunry? What do you know of Sunry and Elasa?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel too. Going to Alassa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with her damn antics usually.
You mean Sunry was having a relationship with her?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith Master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Oh, well, Alassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
What did you see?
Well, one time I saw Alassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Alassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a Dark Jedi?
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me. You again. Didn't I tell you people everything I knew? So why do you keep coming back to me?
What did you see the night of the murder?
I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Alassa's room, and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty.
Okay, that's all.
Yes, well, I'll be right here. Not like they're letting me go anywhere else.
You here with Selkath? You have questions? Glupor already... Glupor? You here with Selkath? You have questions? Glupor already said everything he knows. Do you know anything about the Selkath youth that have gone missing? Glupor heard of it, yes, but he's been locked in his room for days. Glupor thinks it's rather poor insight to think he knows something. Do you know about a star map? Glupor does not know what you're talking about, but then again, Glupor is not very bright. I have some questions about the murder of Alassa. Glupor told everything to the Selkath. You not know? Glupor has no reason not to say. Glupor tells everything. Everything about the murder. Everything about the Sith lady's room. What about her room? Glupor just curious to see what had happened. Glupor had no reason to go into the room. No one paid Glupor to do it. Did someone pay you to do something in that room? How do you know someone paid Glupor? Well, Sith men came to Glupor after the murder, before the Selkath arrived. He say he give Glupor good money if Glupor put metal into Sith woman's hand. Glupor good. Glupor plant evidence and leave no trace. But Glupor does not recognize the Sith men right away. Glupor does not recognize humans very well. No use to the Selkath, no need to bother them. Well, tell them the Sith men say he killed Glupor if Glupor speaks. Oh no, Glupor thinks he can't talk anymore right now. Glupor thinks he needs to lie down. Maybe just stay here? Why are you back, human? Glupor already told you everything. Why would you now not leave Glupor alone? Glupor already told everything. Why do you bother Glupor more? Glupor not answering any more questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so they did plant the evidence.
I wasn't expecting guests, and I don't want any either. Shove off unless you want more trouble than you can handle.
I have some questions.
I prefer to make my credits gambling, but I never turn my back on an opportunity. Maybe this can be a profitable exchange for both of us.
Do you know why the Sith are hiring mercenaries lately?
Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you ask the mercs? Better yet, go down to the embassy and ask the Republic. You done wasting my time now, or you got some more questions?
What do you know anything about the murder?
I wasn't expecting guests.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
What do you expect when a Sith spy and a Republic war hero are having an affair? Anyone could see it would end ugly.
Affair? What are you talking about?
Oh, so you didn't know about Sunry stepping out on his wife? Well, it may have been a secret to some, but I'm not blind. I should have charged you for that juicy tidbit. But I figured anyone investigating the murder would have already figured that out by now. Okay, you got a freebie out of me. But that's all I know about Sunry and his hot Sith side dish. You done wasting my time now? So clear out already.
You were the one defending Sunry now, huh? The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. What do you want to know? Well, okay.
You, Jedi, I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you mean?
This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Alasa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
Kinda?
I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
Well, and they would just give it to me?
No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Well, I already have the recording that the Republic was concealing, but I will also visit the Sith embassy, so I might withhold the trial until after I return from there.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Not yet.
Time is a critical factor.
I'll just check if there's anything else on this terminal here. Well, not this one, but rather this one. Access restricted data archives. Downloading Sunry Incident Archive. Wait, but I already did that before. This must be some sort of a secret recording of Sunry murdering Alasa. Well, I guess I didn't do it properly, so it only checked in now. You should ask Elora about this. Okay, I will ask her. But I will still wait with the verdict until after I return from the Sith embassy. So there might be new evidence there.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial.
Was Sunry having an affair?
Of course not. Yes. Yes, he was having an affair. He was seeing that Sith woman. After all these years we've been together, he just dropped me like that. Not publicly, oh no. But inside, that's what it feels like. He started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Yeah. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
Well, he has killed many Sith before.
That was a long time ago. In a war, far, far away. He's changed now. Settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence.
Well, he might not be so innocent as you think.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask.
Jolee, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly.
I have a few things to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
There was a Rodian who planted evidence at the murder scene.
A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who's hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask.
Well, I know you're guilty, but I'll still look for the evidence at the Sith embassy.
Oh, okay. What else do you want to know?
That's it for now.
Very well. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready.
I'll be back. Cameras deactivated, you say? How convenient. I actually didn't want to throw a grenade. I wanted to use heal. So basically going through here is better because that gives you additional experience. Okay, I'll use the transport next time, because this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!